Good evening. The December 5th meeting of the Springfield City Council will now come to order. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilor Perez.
Present.
Present. Councilor Click-Bruce.
Present.
Present. Councilor Curran.
Present.
Present. Councilor Walsh.
Present.
Present. Councilor Brown.
Present.
Present. Councilor Davila.
Present.
Present. Councilor Hurst.
Present.
Present. Councilor Edwards.
Present.
Present. Councilor Allen.
Present.
Present. Councilor Govan.
Present.
Present. Councilor Fenton.
Present.
Present. Councilor Whitfield.
Present.
Present. Councilor Letterman.
Present. Will the council and guests please rise and join me for a moment of silence? Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all. Before we begin this evening, let the record reflect, as required by state law, that Councilors Brown, Perez, Whitfield, Walsh, Govan, and Hurst are participating in the proceedings tonight remotely. Allow me also to share with members and guests that it is the recommendation of the Health Commissioner, Commissioner Helen Calton Harris, that when individuals are not speaking and present in the chamber, they consider wearing a mask. If you require a mask and do not have one, masks are provided for you at the entrance to the chamber. At this time, are there any reports of committee? Seeing no reports of committee this evening, we will now move to item 1.
Item 1 is the October Revenue versus Expenditure Report.
Mr. Burns?
Thank you, Mr. President. Tonight we have the October Revenue versus Expenditure Report. It represents the first 4 months of the fiscal year. I also wanted to point out that the $4.4 million supplemental budget that was approved by the City Council on October 17th is now included in the report.
Thank you, Mr. Burns. Are there any questions? Seeing no questions, without objection, Madam Clerk, please call the roll to accept the report.
On accepting the report, Councilor Perez.
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Click-Bruce.
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Curran.
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Brown. Councilor Brown. Awake.
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Davila.
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Hurst.
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Allen.
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Govan.
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Fenton.
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Whitfield.
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Letterman.
Yes, the votes are sufficient. The report is accepted. Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
Next item is the Council on Aging Grant, no match required, in the amount of $352,920.
Is there anyone present to speak to this item?
Sandy, are you okay? We can't hear you.
Director Federico, we can see you, but your microphone is muted. You may want to unmute, and then we will be able to hear you in the chamber.
Thank you.
Thank
Can
you,
you hear me?
Director. We can hear you. Please state your name and address for the record.
Sandy Federico, Bradley Road, Springfield.
The floor is yours, Director Federico.
Thank you. This is our Council on Aging grant, and we're actually pretty thrilled to have the commitment that the Mass Council on Aging gave us. It's now a 10-year commitment, and this is year one, so we're really excited to be able to have that funding, to be able to do the programming, and most of it goes towards salaries for our site coordinators as well as our program coordinators.
Thank you, Director. Are there any questions for Director Federico on the grant? Seeing none, without objection, Madam Clerk, please call the roll to accept the grant.
On accepting the grant, Counselor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Hurst.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Fenton.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Whitfield.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Letterman.
Yes, the votes are sufficient. The grant is accepted. Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
Next item is for an FY23 Shine Grant, supplemental funds increase, no match required, in the amount of $79,163.73.
Director Federico, the floor remains yours.
Sandy, unmute.
It worked that time. Thank you so much. This is a Shine Earmark grant for FY23. It's a supplemental amount, the same as last year. And we will use it for various office supplies, printing equipment, and some computer update software for our Shine volunteers that help us run the program, as well as some stipends.
Thank you, Director. Are there any questions on the grant from the City Council? Seeing none, without objection, Madam Clerk, please call the roll to accept the grant.
On accepting the grant, Counselor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Hurst.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Fenton.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Whitfield.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Letterman.
Yes, the votes are sufficient. The grant is accepted. Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
Next item is for a DPW Recycling Dividends Program grant, no match required, in the amount of $71,500.
Director Signoli.
Good evening, councilors. Chris Signoli, DPW Director. This is our annual award from the DEP for $71,500. It is part of their program for all the various services that the city of Springfield provides. The funds that we receive, we use them as part of our educational program, for our household hazardous waste days, and for purchasing of barrels.
Thank you, Director Signoli. Are there any questions on the grant? Councilor Allen.
Thanks, Mr. President. Yes, Chris, thanks for coming here with this grant. Just curious about the recycling program. It was a couple of years ago that it was going to start costing us money rather than saving us money. Can you just give us a quick update on that?
Sure. Over the last, I'd say, 18 to 20 months, post-pandemic, probably a year after pandemic, cost for recycling materials actually went through the roof. There were a number of months in 21 and early 22 where we are paying about $120 a ton to get rid of recycling, where we were receiving revenue checks in excess of that on a monthly basis per month. So over the last couple of years, the recycling program has done very, very well in the city financially. It has come down now. We are getting probably $60 to $70 a ton back on our investment right now. But over the last few years, it has been a very, very good program as far as revenue.
Great, that's a change.
Yes.
From when we were having that
Yes.
conversation. Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor Allen. Counselor Walsh.
Oh, thank you, Mr. President. Chris, you mentioned that some of these funds are for barrels. I believe there was a discussion about maybe changing barrels or doing something different with recycling and pickup. Is that still being talked about?
At this point, Counselor, no. What we were looking at about 3-4 years ago, the DEP was going to be mandating a reduction in trash percentages. That has been abandoned by DEP, and we were looking at the possibility of possibly going to a smaller barrel from a 95 to a 65. That idea has been abandoned. We're sticking with 95-gallon barrels moving forward.
So people's schedules for trash and recycling will stay the same.
Absolutely. Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor Walsh. Are there any further questions for Director Signoli on the grant? Seeing none, without objection, Madam Clerk, please call the roll to accept the grant.
On accepting the grant, Counselor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Brown. Counselor Brown. Away, Counselor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Hurst.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Fenton.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Whitfield.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Letterman. Counselor Brown.
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Letterman.
Yes, the votes are sufficient and the grant is accepted.
Thank you, Counselors.
Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
Next item is for an HHS American Rescue Plan Act grant. No match required in the amount of $65,500.
Commissioner Colton Harris, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Good evening, counselors. This grant is to continue our COVID-19 work with the homeless population. It will be for testing and vaccination.
Thank you, Commissioner. Are there any questions for the Commissioner on the grant? Seeing none, without objection, Madam Clerk, please call the roll to accept the grant.
On accepting the grant, Counselor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Hurst.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Fenton.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Whitfield.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Letterman.
Yes, the votes are sufficient. The grant is accepted. Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
The next item is for tobacco control grant increase, no match required in the amount of $44,000.
Commissioner?
Yes, this is a grant to support our tobacco control program. We hire underage participants, as you know, to go into establishments to try to buy tobacco products. This grant also is to help increase the salary of the tobacco control director. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Are there any questions for the Commissioner on the grant? Seeing none, without objection, Madam Clerk, please call the roll to accept the grant.
On accepting the grant, Counselor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Hurst.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Fenton.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Whitfield.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Letterman.
Yes, the votes are sufficient and the grant is accepted. Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
Next item is in order to amend Chapter 218, Section 2, sponsored by Counselor Davila and President Letterman.
Counselor Davila.
Thank you, Mr. President. So this is on for final step. And what we're doing today is we are lowering the amount from 100 years to be considered historic to 75 years. As we do know, we have an extremely historic areas throughout the city, and all that this is going to be doing is just protecting those areas. It does not change anything else. We're just lowering from 100 years to 75 years. And it is my hope, Mr. President, that we can pass that final step today. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Counselor Davila. Is there any further deliberation on the order to amend? Counselor Allen.
Thanks, Mr. President. Could we ask anybody who's here from this historical side to come to the microphone?
I know the chair of the Historic Commission is present, as well as Bob McCarroll from the Springfield Preservation Trust. You are welcome to question any of them if you would like, and they are welcome to respond if they would like.
Okay. So this is before us, this 75-year change from 100 to 75 years. Could somebody just address that as to why that's a good idea and whether that's going to cause more work, more properties will have to be evaluated, that kind of thing. Just need a little update on either side of that.
Mr. McCarroll, if you could state your name and address for the record.
Sure. Bob McCarroll, 96 Elliott Street, and I'm a board member of the Springfield Preservation Trust that approached Councilor Davila about doing this ordinance. It's 9 years since the City Council enacted demolition delay, and it has helped save some buildings. And we feel that the 100-year threshold should be lessened to 75 because there are indeed important buildings that are less than 100 years old. And keep in mind, this is only a delay. It doesn't prevent the demolition unless the Historical Commission ultimately recommends to you to create a local historic district. And the ordinance has a provision that allows the owner to petition the commission to raise the demolition delay sooner than 9 months. And when I sat on the commission, it was at the beginning of demolition delay. I served for 2 years while we had it. I'm going to say over those 2 years, we had 8 to 10 buildings come before us, and half of them we raised the delay. But what I'm saying, Counselor, is, and I defer to the current chair as to whether that has increased. We had a half dozen or so buildings a year caught in demolition delay. That will go up somewhat, but it's really a function of how many buildings are being demolished. And quite often we find that there aren't a lot. And even for those that are caught in the delay, if they go to the commission and the commission determines either they've been so altered that they're no longer of any value, that they never had historic value, they can lift the delay.
So the throughput, the burden of extra work or extra buildings that need to be reviewed, is not a big deal.
I can only speak for when I served on the commission, which was, I was replaced in 2016. I defer to Commissioner Walsh, chair of the commission, Councilor Walsh, as to what degree it's increased the workload.
Vincent Walsh, 51 Catalina Drive, Springfield. Just to address that particular issue, given that I've been 11 years on the commission now as a commissioner and the chair at this point, we don't believe it's going to, in our actions, it's not going to be an undue burden at all. Part of what we're trying to do is some slip under the radar that were homes and buildings that should have at least been looked at. That's part of it. And we've had some before us that we've waived. It's not an automatic thing. It's just to see that building before it gets torn down. That's kind of the gist of it.
Feel good about it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilor Allen. Thank you to the chairman and Mr. McCarroll. Is there any further deliberation on the amendment? Seeing no further deliberation, this is on for second and third step, final vote. Without objection, Madam Clerk, please call the roll to finalize the ordinance amendment.
On passing second and third steps, Councilor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Kern.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Hurst.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Fenton.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Whitfield.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Letterman.
Yes, the votes are sufficient and the order passes. Madam Clerk, I intend to recuse myself, I intend to speak on the next item, and therefore I'm going to step down from the podium and allow the Vice President, Councilor Edwards, to assume chairing the meeting.
Madam Clerk, can you call to order item number 8, please?
Item number 8 is the CCA authorization.
Is there anyone to speak on this item? I believe Councilor Perez.
Yes, thank you, Acting President. As you all know, councilors, the most important issue that is affecting our community is the unstable cost of electricity. I've been having a couple of meetings with the Community Choice Energy, and so we could explain to the community what is Community Choice, which is known as the Green Municipal Aggregation, and it's the energy supplies option that will allow the city of Springfield to get up to 100% of the electricity from clean, renewable energy. Tonight in front of you, you're gonna have, no, Councilor Letterman is gonna give more detail. We are looking at the Community Choice Aggregation Authorization so we could move on. So I will give the floor to Councilor Letterman so he could explain more details of the Community Choice Aggregation. Thank you, Mr. President.
President Letterman.
Thank you, Vice President Edwards, and thank you to the Chair of the Sustainability Environment Committee, Councilor Perez. It has been a great pleasure to collaborate with Councilor Perez as well as with Councilor Govan, the Chair of the Maintenance and Development Committee, as we've worked to advance this discussion on community choice energy aggregation in the city of Springfield over the last several months. This is a process that we have been talking about in the city of Springfield really for many years. I remember all the way back to the Green Committee, the special Green Committee that had previously been appointed with Councilor Edwards and Councilor Fenton and Councilor Allen, who had chaired those in past years. This is something that we have wanted to advance in the city of Springfield, but have not yet had the opportunity to do so. And so I want to talk briefly about what community choice energy aggregation is and why we as councilors tonight should pass the order in front of us, which would authorize the administration to move forward with putting together a community choice energy aggregation plan. And all of the councilors who are here in person have a fact sheet in front of them with a little bit more information on community choice energy aggregation. And those of you who are participating virtually had that emailed to you by Samantha Hamilton of the Live Well Springfield Coalition earlier this evening. Community choice energy aggregation is a Massachusetts process that allows municipalities like ours, the city of Springfield, to go out and contract for the supply side of electricity in our community that flows to residents and businesses. Certainly our utility, Eversource, is going to always be the delivery side, but currently they are also negotiating our supply side, and that is not the case in 170 communities across the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. The reason for that is because by adopting a community choice energy aggregation plan in partnership with the Commonwealth, the city of Springfield can assume that responsibility, and it can go out and contract on behalf of the residents and businesses of the city of Springfield to ensure that they are getting a strong deal on the supply side of their electricity. And when they are participating in those negotiations, we are also able to participate and set certain thresholds for what we want to see. Things that we can look at through community choice energy aggregation include rate stabilization. Right now, both the supply and delivery side of rates can change every 6 months when going through our primary utility. That can lead to a lot of chaos for rate payers. But through community choice energy aggregation, we can advance longer term contracts with energy suppliers and really address that issue for our residents. We also have the authority to take a look at how much renewable energy is being funded through our rates in the city of Springfield. We know that cities like Springfield, including our very own community, are really going to be the ones that suffer the most from pollution as a result of energy generation. But through community choice energy aggregation, we can make sure when we're paying our bills, we're also supporting the development of renewable energy here in the Commonwealth. And so the final reason for us to advance community choice energy aggregation beyond rate stabilization and beyond influencing the ability of our ratepayers to fund renewable energy projects is also because we know that there are many third-party energy suppliers that are out in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts who, to be quite honest with you, are preying upon residents in the city of Springfield and across the Commonwealth. Studies with the Massachusetts Attorney General's office show that when individuals are going out and negotiating their own supply side rate through these third-party vendors, they often are actually losing money. There's hidden things in the contracts that result in them paying more than they would pay if they stuck with the basic rate with Eversource, and certainly more than they would pay with a community choice energy aggregation plan. And so it does create a certain level of public protection as well. Just a couple more things I'd like to say before we take any questions is that community choice energy aggregation allows every resident and business the opportunity to opt in or out at any time. So if we were to advance this process and down the line establish a community choice energy aggregation plan, at any point, if the basic utility rate through Eversource was lower than the rate negotiated by the city of Springfield, or if somebody just simply did not want to participate in community choice energy aggregation, at any point they can opt in or out, just as they can right now through third-party vendors. And a great example of how that operates is in our communities across the Commonwealth, like Worcester and Boston. Go right on the website, click a button, fill out a form, and that's how one would opt in or out. So we're not asking to adopt a plan just yet. The first step in advancing community choice energy aggregation in any community is for us as the legislative body of the city to pass an order. And what that order does is authorize the executive, the administration, to move forward, if they so choose, to contract a consultant and be able to go out and look at what types of rates would be available, put together what they would like to see in such an RFP, and then move forward with a community education campaign and ultimately a petition to the Massachusetts Department of Public Utilities. Before I conclude, I do want to thank the Live Well Springfield Coalition, certainly the Public Health Institute of Western Massachusetts, Neighbor to Neighbor, Arise for Social Justice, the Pioneer Valley Planning Commission. They were great in the hearings that we held with Councilor Perez and Councilor Govan that many of you were able to attend. And I want to say something I said earlier when the Sustainability and Environment Committee voted to recommend passage to the full body, which is we are really lucky in Springfield to have a coalition like this doing the work on the ground, because in other communities where this might go forward, it would only be the local government advancing it. In this case, we actually have community support and individuals who are working in our neighborhoods to help people understand the process, and we know that their support and funding continues into the new year. And so if we're able to advance this order tonight, after so many years of talking about doing it in the city of Springfield, they will continue to be on the ground pushing the administration, the executive, to move forward with this process, and also educating and building more support in the community. So that's what I have for us tonight, councilors, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Councilor Govan.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vice President. I just wanted to reiterate what Councilor Perez and Councilor Letterman said, and this would be a great project for us to take on, and the bulk of the work has been done by Live Well Springfield and their coalition. So I'm excited to see this coming forth. I'm really excited about the possibility of us getting to a very efficient way of producing energy in addition to saving money for our residents. The key, right now, it's tough times financially for a lot of families, and I would appreciate the council's support in moving this forward. I know it won't happen overnight, but if we see it coming and we make it happen, I think it's something that would be beneficial to our city. Thank you so much.
Council Perez.
Yes, I want to say that the city has been feeling with the upgrades of their bills that they don't have options. And this is a form of saying that the community could say, yes, we have options. Springfield can create our own CCE program or collaborate with a nearby existing one. So like, it's really a very important issue for the community because they feel that their utility bills every day are going up and up and up and up, and there's no answers. I think this is the time with this TCA authorization that we could give a sense to the community that yes, we have option. Thank you, Acting President.
Is there any other further deliberation on this order?
Baja la mano.
Seeing none, Madam Clerk, without objection, please call the roll.
Counselor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Brown. Counselor Brown? Awake?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Hurst.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Fenton.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Whitfield.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Letterman.
Yes.
The vote is sufficient. The order passes. Councilor Letterman, or President Letterman.
Thank you, members and Mr. Vice President. Madam Clerk, please call the next order.
The next order is for bills of prior year for the Election Commission Office in the amount of $536.12.
Deputy CAFO.
Thank you, Mr. President. Lindsay Hackett, Deputy CAFO, 80 Tamarack Drive in Springfield. This order is for bills of prior year for the Elections Department. This is for some staff members to be reimbursed for notary certification.
Thank you, Deputy CAFO. Are there any questions? Seeing none, without objection, Madam Clerk, please call the roll to authorize the bill of prior year.
On authorizing the bill of prior year, Counselor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Hurst.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Fenton.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Whitfield.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Letterman.
Yes, the votes are sufficient. The order is approved. Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
Next item is a transfer from reserve for contingencies to the Department of Elder Affairs in the amount of $100,000.
Will the director or the commissioner be speaking to this, Director, Commissioner?
It will be the director.
Thank you, Commissioner. Director
Ms.
Federico.
Director.
Hi, thank you. I'm not on mute, so that's a good start. We just want to be able to pay our current vendor for the meals that it's Palazzo Cafe that they prepare for us on a daily basis. And so this money will go speak to paying those invoices.
Thank you, Director Federico. Are there any questions from the council? Counselor Allen?
Thanks, Mr. President. Yeah, Sandy, thank you for being here to present this to us. Is this for lunches? Is that what it is?
Yes, it is.
So the lunch program that we've been running, these are invoices for that. And Sandy, I know you and Helen and I met recently. Could you give us an update? I believe all these lunches that we're paying for are all cold lunches, and we've been talking about instituting a hot lunch program. Can you just give an update on that?
Sure. I will say since COVID hit, obviously, the Ray Jordan Senior Center kitchen has been shut down. And so we've been able to do these cold lunches for the seniors for 2+ years now. Never knowing, of course, that COVID was going to preempt our lives. But moving forward from that, our goal and our plan is to bring back the hot lunch program. We know that this is a process. Commissioner and I have had conversations on how we're going to accomplish this. It's kind of a twofold thing for us. I think that in the immediate, our plan is to bring a hot soup addition to these lunches that are, by the way, free to our seniors. We're really grateful to be able to do that, but we wanted to add, especially during the winter months, a hot soup program. And there's a couple of ways we can go about that, to have a discussion with our current vendor to see what the possibilities are to have our current vendor add a soup option to our meals. And the other one would be to initiate a campaign. I've kind of dubbed it Become a Superhero, SOUPER hero, and get sponsorship from local vendors in the communities where our senior centers exist. That way, they're kind of funding a senior center in their neighborhood and kind of an adopt a center, if you will. And then down the road, because this is a process and it will take some time, we would lead to having a full hot lunch program operating out of the Ray Jordan Senior Center.
Thank you. Yeah, just so everybody knows here that I'm in full support of passing this order. I just thought it was an opportunity to make sure everybody knows about the lunch program that we're paying for and the one that we hope to have in the future, or at least I hope to have in the future. So Helen and Sandy and I met on this about a month ago, trying to figure out how we can get a hot lunch program going. So just a couple questions. Is it a budgetary issue, or is it a services aren't available issue, or what would it be?
The initial contract, I believe, Counselor Allen, was for a cold lunch option only. And so in this last RFP that went out, I believe it's a 1-year contract that ends August 31st and has a 2-year or 2 1-year renewable options. So it's the part of it that's concerning to us is, you know, the seniors are asking for it, and I'm proud to be their voice. It's in our hearts to help them as much as we possibly can. So we're asking, or in conversation with Palazzo Cafe right now, to see if they can add a hot soup lunch option at no cost, no additional cost.
Okay, and are they the provider of all the lunches now?
They are currently our vendor, yes.
So, well, I'm in full support of whatever we can do. It concerns me when we say August 31st, because that means we'd go through this whole winter without a hot lunch being offered. So, I mean, I'll still stay in touch with you on it, obviously, but whatever we can do to accelerate that, I think is, I know my meals, my lunches these days are hot. That's much preferred by me at this stage of the game. So thank you for the update, and I will support this issue, Councilor Letterman, the payment of all the invoices, but I do hope we can get a hot lunch program set up in the near term.
Thank you, we do too.
Thank you, Councilor Allen. Is there any further deliberation on the transfer request? Councilor Kern. Councilor, could you just lean into your mic a little bit for me? Thank you.
Quick question for Ms. Federico. Just off the top of your head, just out of curiosity on your last comments, at Ray Jordan Center, in terms of soups, like how many would you serve a day? How does that work?
We're averaging about almost 72 meals right now.
Yeah.
And that's including all of the centers.
Per center, or what do you mean, 72 at the
We've
Jordan?
got we've got 4 senior centers, all with lunch programs.
So about 280 meals a day?
No, 70 is total averaging. It varies because Ray Jordan has 5 days a week, some have 2 days a week, some have 3 days a week. So it fluctuates between all of us.
So 70 meals total throughout the city for the soups?
On average, yes.
Okay. I thought it would be more, and perhaps on your comments as well as to Councilor Allen's point, maybe for this winter we could find a provider to give that soup. It does seem like it is a necessary thing in the winter, and perhaps we can work together on that issue.
I will say, Counselor, that if we offer soups, those numbers could go up.
Understood.
Thank you, Councilor Curran. Councilor Walsh, followed by Councilor Davila.
Thank you, Mr. President. Sandy, I just wanted to follow up on what Councilor Curran asked. When you said 70 meals, you mean 70 a day or 70 a week?
A day.
70 a day. And do you do anything with Putnam? Do they do anything through their
We've reached out, Councilor Walsh, several times to Putnam. We just haven't been able to keep a constant communication going between us.
Okay, well, I'd love to see you do that. It'd be nice to get all the city services together, but I'm all in favor of hot soup. Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilor Davila.
Thank you, Mr. President. Sandy, thank you for your work you're doing on behalf of elderly. But these meals that we're talking about, are they completely free of cost, or do they pay anything towards the meal, the lunch?
Currently, the lunches are free.
Free, okay.
And they have been free all through COVID.
All through COVID, okay. Have we reached out to any of our local or in the region of the vocational schools that might help us providing a hot lunch if this seems to be an issue, that we can provide hot soup for elderly?
Sandy, if I may.
Sure.
I should just acknowledge that we did reach out to the schools around supporting the senior centers and their lunch program.
Yeah.
However, you must remember, we are just coming out of COVID, and schools are very reluctant to send children, obviously, into places. And similarly, elders really are very careful right now because COVID is still with us. So I just wanted to say, as far as the schools are concerned, that's something that we've thought of and that we've reached out to try to do. But there really is concern around COVID transmission at this point from the schools and from our seniors.
Fair enough, Commissioner. Thank you for your information. Yeah, Mr. President, I joined Councilor Allen in the call that we need to provide hot lunch for elderly, and so I look to engage in that conversation in the future. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilor Davila. Are there any further questions on the order? Seeing none, without objection, Madam Clerk, please call the roll to authorize the transfer. Because this is a transfer from reserve, 2/3 majority vote will be required.
On authorizing the transfer, Counselor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Hurst.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Fenton.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Whitfield.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Letterman.
Yes, the votes are sufficient. The transfer is authorized. Madam Clerk, please call the next order.
The next order is for a Thomas J. O'Connor donation in the amount of $3,980.70.
Deputy Caffo.
Lori Swanson here from Thomas J. O'Connor.
Sorry, Lori, I didn't see you there. Director
That's
Swanson.
okay. Thank you, councilors. We are presenting donations from September 1, 21 through October 31st of 22 to be approved by the council.
Are there any questions for the director relative to the donation acceptance and authorization of expenditure? Councillor Walsh, followed by Councillor Govan.
Thank you very much. I'm just curious, are the donations as the result of some of your fundraising, or they just random donations?
Thank you for the question. I believe that many of the donations that we get are a result of the work that our staff is doing in the field. These are not directly a result of ongoing fundraising efforts. Those are often done by the Foundation of TJO Animals. So these are typically donations that come in on a regular basis based on the community being pleased and acknowledging the work that our staff is doing in the community.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you, Councillor Walsh. Councillor Govan.
I just want to say that TJ O'Connor is doing a great job. Lori, I was over there for the dedication of the x-ray machine that they got right in the unit so that they don't have to transport the animals anywhere to get emergency services. And it's just amazing what I'm seeing there. So I'm just really excited to definitely approve this and look forward to doing more. Thank you so much, Lori, for the work that you do.
Yeah, we appreciate your support, and we are thankful for the generosity of people, and we hope to be good stewards of their generosity and make a difference in the lives of animals and people in our community.
You certainly seem to be doing that. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councillor Govan. Are there any further questions on the order? Seeing none, without objection, Madam Clerk, please call the order. Please call the vote to authorize acceptance and expenditure of the donations.
On accepting the donations, Counselor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Hurst.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Fenton.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Whitfield.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Letterman.
Yes, the votes are sufficient. The donations are accepted, and please let it be known to the donors that they have the gratitude of the Springfield City Council. Items 9 through 11 require Thank you, Director Swanson. Items 9 through 11 require suspension of Rule 19 in order to be effective tonight. Is there such a motion?
So moved.
Motion was made by Councilor Edwards to suspend Rule 19 for items 9, 10, and 11. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion was seconded by Councilor Davila. Without objection, if there's no discussion. Seeing none, without objection, Madam Clerk, please call the roll to suspend Rule 19 for items 9, 10, and 11.
On suspension of Rule 19, Counselor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Brown. Counselor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Hurst.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Fenton.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Whitfield.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Letterman.
Yes, the votes are sufficient and Rule 19 shall be considered suspended. The next item is on for procedural reading and referral to the Planning Board. Madam Clerk, can you please read item 12 procedurally?
Item 12 is an amendment to Article 4, Section 4.7.114B, Adult Use Marijuana.
Thank you. No action is required this evening. This will be forwarded to the Planning Board. Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
The next item is item 13, Federal Square/Upper State Street Local Historic District.
I know Chairman Walsh and Mr. Allen are here from the Planning Department. We'll turn the floor over to them on this item.
Good evening, councilors. Again, Vincent Walsh, 51 Catalina Drive, Springfield, Chair of Springfield Historic Commission. The Federal Square Upper State Street Local Historic District being proposed by the Springfield Historic Commission in collaboration with the City of Springfield Office of Planning and Economic Development in order to protect the significant investments being made through American Rescue Plan Act funds, which are being allocated towards protecting the architectural integrity of the buildings within the area and to guide future development. These buildings are an important part of Springfield's cityscape, and it's important to ensure that they're protected for future generations. The district is located within both the Metro Center and Six Corners neighborhoods of Springfield and consists of mostly commercial and institutional properties along the State Street corridor, which is a major east-west vehicular travel route through the city of Springfield leading to the downtown core. Further, the district contains a collection of 19 buildings built in a time period between 1835 and 1935 and is surrounded on all sides by other local historic and national registered districts, giving further reasoning behind the appropriateness of creating the district. The creation of the proposed district has been supported and endorsed by the Armory Quadrangle Civic Association, the Maple High Six Corners Neighborhood Council, the Springfield Preservation Trust, and the Massachusetts Historic Commission. Given recommendations to move district forward by Massachusetts Historic Commission on October 12, 2022, the Springfield Historic Commission held a public hearing on November 3rd, 2022, and unanimously approved moving the district forward to the Springfield City Council with no objections and no public objections to the move. As you can see, it's just how it's surrounded by already existing local historic district, the Gun Block versus Springfield Armory, one of the jewels of our city, Quadrangle, Lower Maple Heights, Ridgewood. I could list all the buildings in if you'd like, but other than that, if there's any questions that myself or Alvin might be able to answer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Are there any questions? This is on for first step tonight. Seeing none?
Seeing none. Thank you
Without
very much.
objection, Madam Clerk, please call the roll. Passage of first step for the ordinance creating the new local historic district.
On passing first steps, Counselor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Brown. Counselor Brown. Away, Counselor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Hurst.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Fenton.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Whitfield.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Letterman.
Yes, the votes are sufficient. Ordinance passes first step. Madam Clerk,
Can I
please.
be recognized?
Oh, I'm sorry. Madam Clerk, can you please record Counselor Brown's vote?
Counselor Brown.
Yes.
Vote is unanimous. Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
The next item is for an increase in compensation.
Is there anyone here to speak to this item?
Yes, I got to raise my hand. Yes, Mr. President, I am presenting the amendment to the ordinance.
The floor is yours.
Are you ready for me to speak?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Yes, tonight I'm presenting for your consideration an issue that we've debated many times. It's a amendment to amend the revised ordinance for increase in compensation for elected officials. And I apologize because my cold seems to have come back and I'm having some difficulty speaking. But I do believe we have a member of the study committee who's going to present some of the background.
Good evening. My name is Vanessa Otero, 37 Piney Woods Avenue. I worked with Rick Sullivan and Dave Cruz as part of the Compensation Advisory Committee. This is the third time that we've presented our findings and our recommendations to this body. We did a comparative assessment to other cities related to the compensation of the governing bodies of the city, including the city council, the mayor, and the school committee. Our recommendations have not changed. Again, this is the third time we are in front of you. We presented this assessment during President Ramos's time and also when during President Williams's time. There has been no increase in the compensation for these governing bodies in 10 years. Our recommendation simply is less than a 3% annualized increase for the mayor, resulting in a total amount of compensation in $175,000 starting January 1st, 2023. Less than 5% annualized for city council, resulting in $28,000 starting January 1st, 2023, and less than 5% annualized for the for the school committee, resulting in $18,000 as yearly compensation starting January 1st, 2023. We've revised this several times to update it to, and our recommendations continue to be the same. And we hope that you take our recommendations under advisement and can move them forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Otero. Councilor Walsh, did you have further presentation? I'll take that as a no. Is there any further deliberation? Councilor Davila?
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Ms. Otero, Ms. Cruz, and all the members of the Compensation Committee for looking at this issue and for this comprehensive report that you have presented to us. As you stated, this is the third time, sir, that this has been presented to this wise body.
Councilor Davila, suspend. I'm aware that it's car horns. I thought I heard something hitting City Hall. Councilor Davila, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. President. As I was saying, thank you to the Compensation Committee for looking at this issue, to Ms. Otero, to Mr. Cruz, and all the members. As Ms. Otero has stated, this is the third time that this issue is brought before of us. Nothing has changed. Everything's the same. And we have heard this before. So with that in mind, sir, seeing that nothing has changed, I make a motion that move the question.
Second.
Councilor Davila, can you restate your motion?
I make a motion to move the question.
Councilor Davila has made a motion to move the question. That motion was seconded by Councilor Walsh. A yes vote on motion to move the question would end debate and proceed to an immediate vote. A no vote would return us to debate. Madam Clerk, please call the roll on the motion to move the question.
On the motion to move the question, Councilor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Click-Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Hurst.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Fenton.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Whitfield.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Letterman.
Yes, the votes are sufficient. The question is called. Madam Clerk, please call the roll on authorizing the ordinance amendment. A yes vote will allow for the amendment to move forward to second and third step. A no vote would be against the amendment.
On authorization of the amendment, Counselor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Walsh. Counselor Walsh.
You keep muting me, and I try and keep unmuting myself. No, I mean, yes.
Yes, Counselor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Hurst.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Govan. Yes, Counselor Fenton.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Whitfield.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Letterman.
Yes, the votes are sufficient. The amendment passes first step. Madam Clerk, please call the next order.
The next order is for a stipend for boards and commissions.
Counselor Davila.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, if I could, I would like to ask the clerk to read the resolution into the record.
Madam Clerk, if you're willing.
I am. Let me just find it. The resolution states, whereas the City of Springfield has 20 boards and commissions, whereas the Springfield boards and commissions are made up of residents that dedicate their time and talents toward the betterment of Springfield, whereas the only boards and commissions that currently receive a stipend are the Retirement Board, Election Commission, Zoning Board of Appeals, and Board of Public Works, whereas the Springfield Board and Commissions are an integral part of the City of Springfield government. Therefore, we, the Springfield City Council, call on the Springfield Mayor, Dominic Sarno, to create Compensation Advisory Committee to evaluate stipends for the Springfield boards and commissions.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Now, Mr. President, we, as the resolution states, we have 20 boards and commission. Currently, 4 receive compensation. The Retirement Board gets $3,000. The Election Commission gets $600 per year. The Zoning Board gets $30 per meeting, and the Board of Public Works gets $25 per meeting. And so we're just calling on the mayor to do an advisory committee to do a study similarly to what was done with the city council, because I do strongly believe that the people need to be compensated in this particular time, stipend, to help them to say thank you for the time and effort here in the city of Springfield. And so I will invite anybody who would like to join the resolution as a co-sponsor. But I urge my colleagues to pass this resolution today. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Counselor Davila. Counselor Hurst.
Thank you, Mr. President. I echo the sentiments of my colleague, Councilor Davila, and I think it's in line with a lot of what it is that this council has already moved forward with in terms of making sure that we're getting individuals that are lined up to actually fill these boards and commissions, but we also want to value their time. And so I think it's important that, we do such a study to ensure that those individuals that are investing a lot of time voluntarily are able to sort of get compensated and just for us to show a level of appreciation for the work that they do day in and day out, as we know they're integral to moving government forward here in the city of Springfield. So Councilor Davila, I appreciate you being at the forefront of this, and it's something that, I'm hopeful that all of my colleagues will certainly be a part of and support in terms of this resolution. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor Hurst. Is there any further deliberation on the resolution? Seeing none, without objection, Madam Clerk, please call the roll on passage of the resolution.
On passage of the resolution, Counselor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Brown. Counselor Brown. Away, Counselor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Hurst.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Fenton.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Whitfield.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Letterman.
Yes, the votes are sufficient. The resolution is approved. Madam Clerk, please call the next item on the agenda.
Next item is a transfer from reserve for contingencies to the Law Department in the amount of $265,000.
Thank you, Madam
Excuse
Clerk.
me,
Counselor Walsh.
excuse me, Mr. President, I'm having trouble with my mute and unmute, but I also do want to, I'm not sure where it is in the pipeline, but as long as we are considering boards and commissions, I do not want to forget about the retirement board, and hopefully that can be wrapped into this ordinance or another meeting.
Thank you, Counselor Walsh. We are now on item 16. Item 16 will require us to enter executive session. Is there such a motion? Counselor Fenton.
Thank you, Mr. President. I make a motion that the City Council go into executive session for the purpose of discussing litigation strategy with the intent that we do return to open session.
Second.
Motion has been made by Counselor Fenton. It was seconded by Vice President Edwards. On the motion, councilors, should the motion be successful, we will seal the chamber. At that time, those of you that are participating virtually, you will need to log on to the executive session link that was transmitted to you prior to this meeting. Once business in executive session is finished being conducted, we will reopen the chamber and return to open session. At this time, without objection, we'll go to a vote on the motion to enter executive session. A yes vote will allow us to do so. A no vote will keep us here in open session. Madam Clerk, without objection, please call the roll.
On entering into executive session, Counselor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Click-Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Curran.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Brown. Away, Counselor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Hurst.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Allen.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Fenton.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Whitfield.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Letterman.
Yes, the votes are sufficient. Council will now enter executive session. We'd ask that any audience members please vacate the chambers at this time, and the detail officer to please seal the chambers.